Good morning. Just making a quick video on Dramond Green really sticking it to LeBron James once again. And Dramond Green's been doing that quite a lot lately, and I find it to be entertaining. Clearly, you know, last night that Dramond Green was the one that was really getting or trying to recruit DeMarcus Cousins to join the Warriors. And I feel like ever since that incident in the finals where LeBron James got Dramond Green suspended, which ultimately cost them a championship because they really could have had a dynasty, and it was prolonged because of what happened with LeBron James and Dramond Green, because clearly we all know that if LeBron James in that situation didn't happen, they would have went basically right now 4 straight. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You can't change the past. But of course, a new dynasty has formed, and we call them the Monstars. But now they're just either the Legion of Doom or the Super Friends, because you're not going to beat this team now. This team is done. It's over for the NBA. Honestly, Dramond Green and DeMarcus Cousins manning the paint. That's it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap now. It's funny because, you know, you see how Dramond Green reacted towards the Cavaliers or LeBron really, and how he did Tristan Thompson. He doesn't fuck with them at all, point blank period. And right after they won the championship, that meme that LeBron James had put up during the regular season, Dramond Green had that on his T-shirt with 3 championship rings. I know y'all seen that. Everyone wearing different colors. He got black shirt. He wanted to make sure it was known that he was trolling LeBron James. Like, he has a vendetta against him. And, you know, of course, you know, there's the rules and regulations when it comes to free agency and when you can start trying to recruit players, this, that, and the third. Dramond Green was like, fuck all that. We're going to drop this right when LeBron James picks his team. Fuck all that other nonsense. It was mainly more of like, we're going to make sure, like, before it was like, okay, LeBron James had dropped, okay, I'm going to LA. All attention was on LA. Oh, who's going to play with LeBron James? How is this going to go? They're going to build another super team. We're going to challenge the Warriors. Dramond Green was like, I ain't trying to hear none of that. The only weakness that we may potentially have is in the paint. Booms. Put that together. DeMarcus Cousins. Right now, it's just basically simple. DeMarcus, just get healthy. Drop some weight. Take some less pressure off your Achilles. Get your body right. Get your mind right. We're going to help you. We're going to teach you how to play this style of basketball. You're going to love it. And now you're about to go down in history, because let's be real with ourselves. If DeMarcus Cousins did not join the Warriors, he would have been known as one of the most dominant big men that played the game that never won a ring. But y'all be out here playing and trying to say, it's about the jewelry. Where are your rings at? You ain't got no rings? We got nothing to talk about. And that's what Dramond Green basically pitched him. Look, brother, look. It doesn't matter how you get the rings. It's the fact that you got them. Let's be clear. Let's be perfectly crystal clear, like Willy Wonka said. Black and white, clear as crystal. Either you got rings or you don't. You see what we're working with right now? We're going down in history. Are you coming with us? They've already gone down in history before we got Durant. 73 wins. What you talking about? We add one of the best scorers of all time to that roster. Booyah, we are untouchable. They won less games, but if you match up the Golden State Warriors versus the Bulls that won 72 games, the Golden State Warriors beat that team. See, it's that team, from what I know, from what I remember, it's top heavy. You got Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, and that's basically all that I remember from that roster. The Warriors, don't worry. You got Steph Curry, you got Klay Thompson, you got Dramond Green, and I'm talking about impact players. Those are the impact players that I'm talking about when I mentioned the Bulls. But for the Warriors, you have Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Dramond Green, Andre Iguodala, Sean Livingston. Those are the players that made a huge impact. Not to mention Clarkson, not to mention JaVale McGee, Pachulia, Mahimi. Like, they had more solid, a deeper roster in each one of their championship runs. Each one of the championships, their roster was thick from top to bottom. You bring up that one team with Michael Jordan was on, which was a great team. Of course, a historical team, my apologies. But they were top heavy. You can't mention their bench. You can't, on the top of your head, most people that even know basketball, if I put them on the spot, who was on that 7-win team except outside of Jordan Pippen, outside of the starting lineup? Name their bench. Who was their starter? Who was their starting point guard? I mean, maybe it's Steve Kerr. It could have been. I don't know if he came off the bench or he started. But if you match the team up, point guard, shooting guard, without all the cross matching or whatever, because you can't say Jordan's gonna guard Pippen or Steph Curry. No, we're talking about matchup. Steph Curry's gonna kill the point guard. Everyone else can be minimized or whatever to a certain degree, but when it comes to the bench, Andre Iguodala, Sean Livingston, David West would kill anybody on the Bulls bench that year. They won, and that's just keeping it 100. And now, to make matters worse than they already are, you add DeMarcus Cousins to that roster. Whew! Whatever wins, whatever momentum the Lakers was trying to pull, LeBron James was trying to pull, that's dead now. Draymond Green was like, that's dead. We don't give a damn who you put on your roster. Our starting lineup is the Fab Five. The Monstars, if you want to call them that. I call them the Super Friends. The Super Friends have united, and there's nothing you can do about it. It doesn't matter who's Superman, who's Batman, who's this. None of that matters at this point. None of that matters. You have a rock solid. Who's going to beat that? Y'all better pray that they don't. DeMarcus Cousins is not healthy at the beginning of the season, which of course physically he's not going to be. Achilles injury with his size and weight, unless he really drops about 30, 40, 50 pounds, I highly doubt he'll be ready at the beginning of the season because he has to drop weight to take the pressure off his Achilles. Nevertheless, he'll come back in January, February, March. Of course he will. Y'all are kidding yourself if y'all don't think that DeMarcus Cousins is going to be ready and he's going to miss the full year. Now you crazy. And that's probably what they told him. Don't worry, man. We'll take care of you. Take this $5 million the veterans minimum. I'll chunk you a little bit of bread. The organization chunk you a little bit of bread under the low. We'll feature you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to make sure you get bread, and you're going to go down in history. Because we're going down in history. Do you want to join us? This is your Willy Wonka ticket to greatness. Willy Wonka. Your Willy Wonka ticket to greatness. Do you want it? Do you wish for greatness? Oh, okay, you do? All right, bet. Glad you came to your senses. Sign that for $5 million. DeMarcus Cousins for $5 million. That's a lick, straight lick. The word is pulled off. There's no other way to describe it, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. He's on the roster now. They're gonna win next year. Like LeBron James was like, oh well, he fucked up now. Now it's very clear that LeBron James like, I made a mistake. I should have stayed in the East for a show. Regardless of what roster they put together in LA, he's stuck. He's stuck now. And he's gonna just get bashed up by teams from the West. Can't even go back. Hey, self-destruction. It is what it is, but that's just my take on it. The Golden State Warriors are gonna win the next 2-3 titles. They're gonna go down as the greatest team in NBA history, and that's all she wrote. That is it. Game, set, match. That's checkmate, and that's it. All right. But anyway, those are just my opinion. Y'all have a good day and take care of yourself.